and it's lights out and away we go here in Formula Sundays. Through the final chicane, and the AlphaTauri hits the wall of champions. Welcome back, everybody, and welcome to the new year. New year, new us, I guess. So we had two co-stars, sixth race of the season. Currently only missing Tutor, but I think he said he would join. Let's see if we can get him in. Does not seem to be online still. How's everybody doing? First race back. Unfortunately, both my casters are not available tonight, so it's gonna be a little bit of a good old solo cast. Fucking game just crashed. Okay. A good start. Good start. What? I mean, alright. That has not happened in a while. And I see I'm being pinged on the Discord as well, so let's have a little look. I'm gonna look real quick what is going on now, if the game is just majorly busted for everybody right now, or if this is just a me issue. Try to just rejoin, I guess. Not quite sure what happened there. I mean, well, the game crashed, but I'm not quite sure why. Let's see if we can just get back in here, or what exactly is going on. But yeah, Texas, first race, COTA, a very versatile track overall. One that I personally do not enjoy a lot, given Sector 1 can be quite tricky as a controller player. But there are other people who are apparently capable as well. And yeah, so it's probably a skill issue. What is... Okay, I was about to say, like, what's going on now? This is weird, but... Here we go, I guess. Only 9 drivers in Challenger. It's of course a little bit of a shame, but Challenger is, well, not very stacked number-wise, regardless. I am still thinking we could try to get Tutor in. I am not quite sure why he is finally online. Okay, so maybe this works this time around. And then we are at least 10, at least fighting for some sorts of, well, number of points at least. On board with Kingsman just now, who is still our championship leader, if I'm not mistaken. Not sure what is with, I think Tianchi Sika, both of them like kinda just abandoned F1 during the winter break, so a little lonely up there for Kingsman for now. And it is a 1:33.1 or 6:1. That is, I think, about 2 seconds slower than the tier pole that we can expect. Nitro coming through here. 33.3. Good enough. Often improvement over Kingsman. Astral did not look the last 2 turns that we saw just here. Let's see. Might just be a me issue. Assuming that these can actually be driven quicker. Scooter is here now. Nice. And in we go. Honestly, it's kind of crazy, like, looking at F1 again. It's such a big break. So unusual after we have F1 like on every second weekend now. Days. Yeah, and now it's just 2 more months to go until we get going again. Kinda crazy. Couple of times come flying in. Phantominum just behind Kingsman here. See what Astro can cook. Not too good here as well. 10th behind Mr. Gagnon. Alien. This did not look particularly quick turn where we swapped over to him. But who am I to judge? Time will tell. Yes. I think time will tell him to go back to the pits or something. This one is not quite a competitive time. A good bit behind. I mean, Fabian often sets a slower lap first and then improves during quali. Not quite sure who came over the line here. Didn't someone just set it up? Maybe I'm blind as well. I feel like there was like some positional change just now. But fair enough. As of now, I think the next two are Ocean and Tutor. So slightly ahead of the AlphaTauri, so and Fabian retired. Well, well, well. Haunted by the unsafety car. I like, from what it looked like he won or lost the car somehow on the exit of Sector 1 there, the snaky bit, and then like also parked it in the wall. I am certain there was a glorious clip being created just now on Fabian's channel if that is the case. So let's see here. Tutor now about to start his hot lap, and honestly Ocean is very close behind here. Not too far away. I think he's far away enough. He's not really getting hurt by the dirty air in this first sector. He might, if he gets it good, close up close enough, benefit a bit from the slipstream. Let's see. Tutor ahead. Wait, what? Okay, like, am I having brain damage? Or Martin has not set a lap time now, but I was certain that he set one before. Yeah, I'm just confused. Lobby is looking good already. Can't wait for the game-breaking bug in 15 minutes. Well, following Ocean still, Tutor is just ahead. Both of them are gonna set a lap time from the distance and the start and in the end of this lap. I would say that Ocean here was slightly quicker. But we may see Tutor 1:35 and slightly is accurate. 1.2 seconds is the bit more than slightly there. Ocean for now sitting in P4. So a bunch of guys on the outlet. Let's see. Kingsman is actually the first one up here. Given we've seen them already, I think we're gonna switch over to whoever starts their lap next. I think Phantominum here maybe. When the time comes, but it's still a bit away, so we might as well watch second try or full start try. of the leading man. And still Ferrari here in third. Oh, it's, well, not the leading man before they even in the championship, but yeah. Caution in 2 is likely just people slowing down the top. Their hot laps here. Mr. Genia trying to get away from Astral and making room for himself to have clean air in a bit. I think what they're gonna try here is have Kingsman overtake Astral and give him some slipstream on the main straight here. Cool. Tutor did just drive another lap, or finish another lap. Now I think it's crunch time for Astral, as he's gonna follow Kingsman through and... Oh, let's see if it works out for them. I can definitely enjoy teams doing this, like little strategies, how you actually would do that. And yeah, Kingsman putting out quite a banger here. And now moving out of the way for Astral. I think I said before we are watching Phantominum's lap, and we're gonna do that now. It was very far over the line there towards the outside in that left-hander, and he is oversteering a tiny bit, so not quite the racing line. Instead, yeah, Tutor is probably going to have to come in at this point. Let's look at Mr. Genia here. Is currently improving by quite a margin in the first sector, but that was quite the cut. It's really hard to take these turns quick and not cut them. Curbs are super flat. I think there's like bike races around here as well. So they're like very inviting to cut a little bit. I've heard there's like even a big cut over this curb here. So yeah, it's hard to drive that track quick and within track limits. Steady. Could be improving here. Did not see his delta after sector 1. Down the main straight. Big braking point here, gets the apex nice and cleanly, especially on these very sharp turns. Easy to lose the rear a little bit. He has to correct here a tiny bit. Everything, or every time he does that, or like everyone does that, it loses a good bit of time accelerating out of the turns. Got the last one of the sharp ones very nicely. This one is quite easy to cut or go wide on. Not necessarily the quickest turn there, but very well within track limits. That should be an improvement. Yep, ever so slightly. Devil's time there, setting him up just behind Tutor and no, just ahead of Ocean. Very tight there between three. It seems like Martin has set a lap time in the meantime and is now originally in P4. Gonna have enough time to get back into the pits and have another try towards the end of this session though, so not gonna be the last thing we saw from him here. Mr. Genia seems to be on an actual hot lap here. So we're gonna watch him. He had to abandon his last one early. Probably had more than enough time to gather DRS and let's go for another try immediately. Okay. Currently slightly down on time. I wonder if it's a smarter move to just dive into the pits by the end of this lap if he is not clearly ahead at that point. I mean, he could catch Astral, but for everybody else it's like half a second to go, and I don't know if you can catch that in quick turns. Invalid lap as well, yeah, should definitely come in. And well, he's gonna have a very tight try in the end. It's not gonna be a chill out lap if he has to go to start finish in what is probably gonna be about 2 minutes less. So Nitro, previously on provisional pole, and now having his last run at least, and last attempts to go for pole. Slightly up on the time so far, but he needs about 4:10. And that is still a little bit away, 0.06. Not quite enough for the most technical part of the circuit here, where you most likely can gain and lose the most. Of course, it can still be that he made some sort of mistake elsewhere on the track. Running wide, losing the rear here, or like anything like that, but this one was very, very cleanly taken, and well, we saw it in the improvement, almost 0.3 up at this point. A really good last sector. He can maybe still steal that pole away from Kingsman, at least provisionally. Not looking too bad so far. He went a little bit deep there into the previous turn. Looked okay. Could not quite step on the gas well. He had to avoid track limits there in the end, and it is a slight improvement in Sector 3 still, but not enough to catch Kingsman in the end. See what Tutu can do. Has abandoned his hot lap entirely apparently. And now ERS activated. He's gonna have one final try as well. 1.5 minutes left on the clock. And yeah, everyone who is on their out lap right now will have their final try, I think. Right now, probably Nitro's not gonna get another try, I'd have to guess. And neither can Tutu. I think he doesn't really get to the finish line in time, so it's really crunch time for him here. He's shown some incredible pace at times. A little bit track dependent really, but he's not been looking too bad here so far. I do still think he has a little bit of an improvement in him here. Artin retired, probably set his car onto the wall there on his last attempt. Currently sitting in P4, is not going to be too unhappy with that. Start here, of course. Well, is it chaotic? A good question, honestly. Oh, 0.3 up for Tutu. Oh god, this gap is horrendously big ahead of him. Needs almost 0.8 there to go ahead. Which is going to be very tight there. 5 and in the last sector. Well, this requires pretty much an error in his previous run in this last sector. I don't think you can just make that up if you had a good run before. Yeah, only gained 1 additional 10th. Won't get another try. He's the first one to officially finish. What is going on with Kingsman? Oh my god, Kingsman is not looking good here neither. Pantominen. Yeah, I think he's still in it for potential pole here. I think he also needs to improve by 0.8, which is quite a big ask, but yeah, he could potentially still do it. Let's see what the delta is after sector 2. Just pretty much mirroring his time. Won't be enough for the 0.6 improvement that he needs for P2 neither. Steady. It's just crossing the line there. Would not have improved even if the lap was valid. Ocean could have improved with a valid lap, but well, it wasn't valid. And I think with that, we have our starting grids already. It's only Kingsman and Pantominen. but I'm not entirely sure what happened here. Honestly, this is a fun story there. Well, story. But I think we had a Challenger tier race. Well, must have been like season 6 or something. Where we had like, I don't know, a little bit of an upset. Was it Ginge, I think? Like, before he started being on podiums and stuff a lot at that time. He was running second or something. And it was like a huge result from him. In the very, very last turn, he spun there and got overtaken by 2 more cars. And then finished 4th or something. Was Martin's teammate, I think, back then in McLaren. So, yeah. Kinda bringing up old memories seeing the spin there. But yeah, he is still starting grid. Far divided he is so far. Found it here, sure hope. And think it's gonna be a little bit closer in the lead. Kingsman on top as usual. I think Nitro and him are really the two who are gonna battle it out between each other. And then I think P3 to 5, Pantominum, Martin and Tuto have good shots for P3 maybe. And I don't know what's gonna happen behind that. Honestly, I expect Ocean to go up higher as well. Qualifying performance there not great for him. But yeah, let's see. To the race. Why am I in a car? Oh lord. Martyr moment. I'm just gonna retire immediately, I guess. Yeah. That's definitely what I hoped was gonna happen. I did not even select a car. How does this work? I thought you'd have to take a seat when you're in spectator mode. Oh, I probably did not press spectator in the menu. Yeah, it's my bad then. Bang and start here. Okay, unfortunately we don't see much of the start here, as we're going uphill here. Ah, there we are. Perfect. So, yeah. A lot of cars lagging around here, I guess. Really hope that does not look as bad for the drivers here. Everyone running soft or mediums, I guess that is sort of expected. And well, Nitro and Kingsman kind of running away a little bit. Honestly, dude, this is really not good, looking too good with the whole glitching around shebang there. I really hope it's not as bad for the drivers here. Ocean did take a position of a Ferrari, but also lets everybody past here. Now going in last. He has also lost a front wing, must have rear-ended someone on an overtaking attempt. Yeah, can't really tell. Contact between Astral and Daddy, Daddy being sent far to the outside and losing a couple of positions as well. Is now running 8th. And Kingsman with fastest lap, not a big surprise I guess, in the first lap. Ocean in the pits, as expected, I guess. Daddy has already collected the first corner cut time penalty. It's been just about a lap that we've driven here. And yeah, he's already managed to get off the track thrice. So, a little bit of a yikes here. At least Nitro and Tuto can still keep up with Kingsman, so we might see some DRS, and honestly with DRS here, not too bad to stay behind and like keep up with the runners in front. Astral also already with a penalty. It's kind of crazy. I mean, as said before, I think like especially with dirty air, maybe Sector 1 is quite hard to drive fast and completely on track. So yeah, I guess maybe. Getting so many warnings is a little bit more doable than I might think. So, half a lap between Nitro and Tutor and the DRS of Kingsman until they can go for it. Ferraris there are just chilling behind. Martin honestly is gonna be happy staying where he is on his mediums. The advantage on the strategy later on, unless this is one of these random tracks where the medium is just better for some reason than the softs. Not quite sure how long you have to drive each. I would expect the soft runners to come in about lap 8 maybe. Have like a 7:13 or like 8:12 split tire wise. Kingsman has managed to pull a gap of a second here. Nitro not in range for DRS. Not looking great for them here then. Martin also has dropped down heavily. Mr. Gagne here in the meantime lining himself up in the well, Corner Cut Club, and they want to go fast, and he goes fast past Astral. Something must have happened to Fabian again. He's 3 seconds down of the others. Can't be that he's genuinely a second per lap slower than anybody else. I wonder if there was like a move or something that went wrong. Hello world! Hey Jimsky! What up, what up? Yeah, honestly, when I saw it's only 9 drivers, I thought about just streaming my POV. But yeah, that's not what you guys are here for, and I have not played the game in half a year, like actively played. Yeah, you wouldn't want it, I guess. I would be flamed for getting 3 corner cut warnings in a lap then, most certainly. What happened? I don't know what happened. Oh yeah. I got kicked in quali, that is what happened, and then I rejoined, and apparently I did not select spectators, so when we got into the race, I just put in a car. Basically nothing. I started last because I didn't drive quali, of course, and just insta-retired. Nothing happened in turn 1. Nothing happened that we missed in turn 1 by the other drivers. So, 4 laps in, Kingsman has lost his 1 second gap again to Nitro. I wonder why really. Seems like neither of them have spent a lot of ERS to get away, which I thought was maybe Kingsman's strats, to like go as fast as he can early on, and then just be away from the DRS window. But apparently that did not work out, or he did not try it. Anything in quali? Yeah, I think it's pretty much the starting order here. Tutor was behind Phantominum and Martin, and Ocean was, I think, 7th or something ahead of Astral, or behind Astral, like somewhere around there. So like, yeah, Ocean I think did a dive bomb and had front wing damage, which is why he's last, because he pitted. As far as I saw it, it was his own fault. So, yeah, nothing really happened there. He did he down drive a 32.3? Nah, right? Wasn't it like a 32.8 or something? I mean, I might be wrong there as well, but yeah. Kingsman got pulled relatively later. Oh no, I think Kingsman and Nitro were like within a tenth and then 6/10 away from the next. It might have been 32-3, honestly. Oh yeah, lap 5. Let's see. Astral here looked briefly like he was gonna charge at Mr. Genya, speed-wise. Getting a lot closer, but they're gonna have this DRS straight to figure out who should be in front there. Mr. Genya almost looks like he lost it there. This might have been the connectivity here. Tricking us a little bit, and they are not close to each other here. Did a 0.9, okay, yeah. Yeah, I was about to say, like, if Seagull says he can't drive a 31 at all in time trials, and even though I think GP mode is like 3/10 quicker, but I don't think Kingsman is only like 3/10 down, because that would really be fraudulent to have him in Jelly still here. He's just like, well, better than the best of the rest in Elite. Nitro here, struggling a little bit behind Kingsman. Really looked like he wanted to make a move there, but there was just no room for it at all. Kingsman cooked time trials. Okay, well, shit. I mean, Kingsman is already strong in Challenger, but if he grinds, I guess, yeah, gonna be even more of a threat. Nitro with the time penalty, big as he's the first one from the leading pack to have one. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Come on. Further down here, Astral might be making a move on Mr. Genya. Yeah, I am not sure who is host of this lobby right now, but damn, not looking great. Don't think Kingsman has been overall fastest this season. I think if you look at all the events consistently, he has been. Nitro has been very, very quick at some of the races. But, well, first of all, he oftentimes did not get to the finish. And I think race pace wise, Kingsman was often, like, at least on the same level. Just tuned in, how did you DNF? I got put in a car because I DC'd in quali, reconnected to the lobby, and apparently did not click spectator then. So I spectated quali and then just got put at the end of the grid in the car, immediately retired. The usual. As you may see, lobby is a little bit laggy, or just everybody individually is lagging. Well, up here, nothing much happening. Honestly, around Fabian, not quite sure what's going on there. It does look a little bit like Fabian is just lacking a little bit of race pace here. Just sitting in that 3-second time window to Daddy. Daddy is constantly losing time slightly on the drivers ahead. Wonder what Ocean can still do here, as he is now coming around, and was the only one who already pitted and does not have to pit anymore. It does look like he is somewhat close to Fabian as soon as they get going in Sector 1. Fabian, of course, with better tires now, but also with cold tires. But 2.3 seconds, I think, is too much to have an overtake happening there. See up here, Ferrari's just briefly swapped positions as Fantominum is probably gonna go into the pits this lap, if I had to guess. .3 is doable, you say? And Ocean is already losing time, so something must have happened. Like either a mistake from him or Fabian is driving out of his mind. And there goes Nitro into the pits and collecting a corner cut penalty doing so. His second one, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, he did wallbang on the inside, so he did definitely cut a little bit. Yeah. No. Undercuts, no. Ocean pitted in lap 2. I was just wondering whether, like, tire difference in the first lap when Fabian's tires weren't warm was enough, but I don't think, like, middle-aged hards can gain 2.3 seconds on old mediums regardless. So yeah. Well, we have some very Corona-conform cars here. They're really nicely divided by 2 seconds each, at least. Some of them by more. Getting some time penalties here still. Mr. Gagne, I think, is his third one at this point, and we're only halfway through the race, so there's still a little bit to go. Pick some up here, potentially. Really curious to see where Fantominum and Nitro come out in the end, as they are indeed undercutting, which I think what you were referring to, Jimsky. And according to the undercut, I guess they should be coming out ahead. Kingsman is now in, so is Tutor, giving Martin the provisional race lead. Oh well, the race lead for now. He's still gonna have to go a little bit further. I guess about like lap 12 or 13, really depending on how much he wants to stay on the mediums, or how little he wants to drive on the softs rather. Nitro's going through. Yeah, relatively easy. He's gonna gain a little bit more even, I guess, because his tires are already warm. And could just get away from Kingsman, DRS wise, if he does not make any mistakes now. Kingsman is closing in again. And he is also closing in on the track limits apparently. Gets that 3-second time penalty for his third warning there, halfway through. Aim probably to stay without a second track limit time penalty then. It's his 18 seconds. Okay, fair. Kingsman definitely gaining here. Martin is losing a lot of time, or am I wrong? Wasn't he like only 4 seconds behind Kingsman before? And now if you say Pitts is 18 seconds, only 15 seconds. No, actually he must have gained that a little bit. Okay, I wonder if he goes for softs already, or if this is hards. Yeah, the hards angle's coming through. Probably the reasonable decision if he can't make it to the end from here. Was already, as said, losing a little bit of time on the mediums, or well, a lot of time even, I'd say. And he's gonna be about 6 seconds down, even losing a position to Tutor here. And he comes out in 5th. Is very alone there. Not much to do around him. Currently the only real battle there is the battle for the lead that Kingsman has won, provisionally at least, back in P1 after being undercut by Nitro. He did use a lot of his ERS though. Admittedly though, Nitro not really having much in the tank as well. So, Kingsman just seems to be driving away a little bit here. 1.2 seconds ahead now and can apparently keep that gap relatively consistently. So it's time for us to maybe jump back to Eddie here, who is closing in on Mr. Gagne. I think he was 1.2 away. Last lap has narrowed the gap down to a 0.5 gap here. Kingsman with the fastest lap, not the biggest surprise, I guess. Given that he is gaining crazy on Nitro as well. So, Eddie, not gonna go for the move here. Start finish straight is probably also not the place to go for a move. From my memory and experience, it's a little bit easier to go for the back straight, as that is a little bit longer. Braking point is a little bit easier to anticipate as you're not going uphill, and yeah, it's just generally a better overtaking spot, I guess. So, what do we see here? 0.6 down again. He lost a little bit of time before the hairpin, but he should be gaining back up again. It's getting closer and closer, but I don't think it's close enough to make a move here. Up to 0.2, but not more for the Haas. Not more for the Haas for now, at least. He's gonna have some more chances. 7 laps to go still. Way longer now encountered here as well. What are penalty amounts? Okay, dude, I was what is that word, Jimsky? Oh, into turn 1 here, Daddy. Let's see. Can make it first. Let's just stay with them for a little bit longer. Because if he's closer at that hairpin, he might be getting a successful overtake there. Right? 3.5 is looking decent. He's not going to lose so much time into this hairpin here again. And yeah. Can he cook? See? Gaining. Bro. This looks so wild, these like tiny little lags. Kinda look like they're just going for it and trying to kill each other, but it's going all good. Let's see then. Here you are. Phantominum net P3 actually. It is Tutor actually in P2 right now. Due to the farm penalties. If I see that correctly. So yeah, if it stays like this, top 4, Tutor's gonna take that P2. I'm just gonna take that P3. Kingsman seems to be relatively safe up there. I think unless he picks up another time penalty. Not much that can really harm him. So yeah, don't think the McLaren driver worried about. So this battle here is probably not going to come to a conclusion anytime soon neither. I don't think that he is in range for overtake yet again. So he did take the hairpin very decent, got a little bit quicker than Mr. Genya here. Also not going for it again. What are these lags? Yeah, exactly, right? Like, it's crazy. I really hope I don't get in because I'm not the host anymore. I don't know who is, but they have horrible internet connection apparently. So, yeah, not sure how these guys are racing, if it's as bad for them as it is for us here. But yeah, a little bit of pain. Also, Tutor could end up in P1 potentially if Kingsman gets another time penalty. So Kingsman kinda has to care to A, not lose too much time on track, but B, not pick up another time penalty either. Server since you connected. I disconnected him fully. My game crashed. So yeah. It's someone of the drivers who's posting, I guess. Well, we'll have to be. Point 7 for Daddy. Can he do it this time? Does he even want to do it? Is it the good old Seagull strat? Just chill in DRS. Last lap, take all of their belongings. Also, Tutor is closing up to Phantominum, so we might see some battling further up the order. But apart from that, like apart from Daddy sometimes getting within that 1 second window, sometimes getting within DRS range, pretty much been time trial for these guys. Phantominum picks up the pace a little bit again as well. Now gains half a second in this lap on the car in front, and there's Daddy with another time penalty. Yeah, okay, fair. I just remember, I don't know, like you did it like 4 races in a row where you tried to go for rapid in the last lap, so that kind of stuck. And well, I mean, I know he is complaining about a lot of things, but well, sometimes there's reasons for that. So yeah. Daddy, can he do it this time around? And what is going on up on top? Tutor and Phantominum both looked like they were gaining on Nitro and Kingsman, and now they have both lost again, respectively. Tutor lost on Phantominum, and Phantominum lost on Nitro again as well. I think Kingsman is pretty much consistently driving his pace. So not much changing for him there. I think he would love a 3-second gap, regardless. And have a look at the time penalties again. Yeah, for Astral, Mr. Genya and Daddy, it's for race positions actually. I think Daddy could have just pushed a little less and stayed behind them with his 3-second penalty. Realistically not going any further anyways. Migrating host. Ocean was apparently host. Oh look how smooth the game is running all of a sudden. It's crazy. Oh, is it? It's better at least. Let's phrase it like that. Kingsman has the... I mean, what do you mean flashing? It's yellow. Is yellow bad? Honestly, I don't know. I thought yellow was like 0.1 or something, like slightly down, or like even only slightly above 0. But okay, apparently yellow is already critical. Yellow is good at like last. He was yellow from the beginning, I remember. He pretty much started on yellow. Daddy is past Mr. Genya, and Mr. Genya has lost 2.5 seconds. I wonder what has happened there. Whether it was just Mr. Genya running wide, or if there was like any contact or anything. 3 laps, so he could potentially still gain a little bit of that back, especially if Daddy and Astral get going together. But yeah, Daddy has made up 1 position now. We'll get DRS on Astral. And looks like he's rapidly gaining here, but that's probably not gonna be enough for the overtake here in this turn. So he's just gonna follow through sector 1 and oh god. I mean, I don't know if it just looks like they're almost killing themselves, but Daddy definitely looked a little bit like he was not really driving on the track much. So, what's it gonna be? Does look like Daddy has better pace than Astral here. Yeah, and I'd wonder if Daddy would have stayed behind for much longer. E6 now for the Haas. Probably gonna be happy with that. 20 seconds to Martin is quite the gap. And yeah, further up. Anything can still happen, I guess. Kingsman really needs to preserve his fuel and also his time penalties. Can't afford to lose that much more, actually. He's now, let's say, 5 seconds away from Tutor. If Tutor can gain 2 seconds, he could end up in P1, but also Tutor is in the yellow as well. Kingsman isn't anymore. Mr. Genya retired from the session. Wonder what happened there. Last turn. Could have been a spin, not sure. And Phantominum now in ERS range of. Also just about to get 3 seconds away from Tutor as well, which would gain him a position, as he wouldn't lose that to Tutor in the end. I think Tutor has now realized that he maybe needs to preserve his fuel a little bit, because he's losing a lot of time, even to Martin here, who has closed in a fair bit. Even though Martin realistically does not really have a chance to survive this race. Yikes. Well, maybe he can get into the finish ahead of Daddy still. Like more of a challenge here now. There's no nose at all. It's gonna be super hard for him to maneuver through Sector 1. As of now, I think it's Phantominum P2 and Nitro P4, as he's gonna lose the position to Tutor. Fabian is getting a time penalty, so red occurrence. Usually quite good at staying within track limits. Let's see. Surely, Phantominum knows. Also, he's flashing red fuel symbol. Not quite sure how bad that is. Or whether he's just gonna roll over the line just fine. What is with Tutor? He's also flashing, and so is Kingsman. But I think Kingsman is just gonna go over the line and take that W, and Nitro will lose P3 even, I think. Oh, as of now. Tutor is not fast enough. Oh, I think Tutor ran out of fuel, otherwise he would have had him. Martin gonna come over the line, way ahead of Daddy still. So at least he did not lose an additional position here. I mean, I'm certain he would have gained one on Tutor here as he ran out of fuel very late, but yeah, he did not lose much more. Let's see, Fabian coming around, last turn. Inada. And over the line, and here we are. The ocean being disconnected. Yeah, just ended the session now, regardless, so. Ooh. Yeah, driver of the day, Kingsman, which honestly says a lot if the start-finish driver gets driver of the day. But I mean, it was a admirable performance here by him. He had to do that overtake, had to gain some time due to his time penalty after the undercut, and it looked briefly like it wasn't going to be the easiest race for him. Ultimately a well, dominant victory, another dominant victory, I guess. Yeah, Seagull asking, did no one overtake? I genuinely think like there have been like 3 overtakes in this race. 2 of them were Daddy, to be honest, but I think Daddy finished lower than he started, so I'm not sure if driver of the day like factors that in. But yeah, what a race that was in the end. Kingsman, Phantominum, Nitro, 3. I mean, almost like I predicted, I guess, but I mean, it's almost a starting grid, so not that hard to predict that. Just like 3 people swapped positions overall. Oh well. We'll hope Elite is delivering some more spice here. So. With that, I think we're just gonna go into a quick break. I'm gonna set everything up for Elite and stuff. And yeah, I guess I'm gonna be back in about 10 minutes. Quarter past, usually when we start. Expect us back then.